We're getting to a point in time with Bud Light where anybody affiliated with Anheuser Busch, let alone Bud Light specifically, is starting to feel the crunch. We talked about yesterday the distributors that are out there that are feeling it in their pocketbook. And then we have this ethereal ad agency that was apparently responsible for hiring Dylan Mulvaney to go ahead and rep a working class brand. But in this case, who's it aimed towards? The trash can, the recycling bin. Like, oh, what are we doing anymore? Ad agency that tapped Dylan Mulvaney for Bud Light in serious panic mode, according to a source. Oh, great. An 8-year-old marketing firm, out of San Francisco, oh yeah, sure, was responsible for Bud Light's partnership with Dylan Mulvaney, and the disastrous tie-up sent the firm into serious panic mode, the Post has learned. That's interesting. That's very interesting, okay, because Bud Light, just cast your mind back to, okay, maybe even before the Alissa Heinerscheid regime. You've probably seen all of those old commercials. I only played one of them, but a bunch of other people have pulled up the time when, Bud Light actually was kind of a cut loose, have a good laugh at things type of a brand. Like those early 90s commercials that were out there just showed, the lengths to which guys will go in order to get a Bud Light by, I don't know, dressing up as a woman, which is now an apparent lifestyle choice, as opposed to just a kind of a funny, joke that would make people laugh in between, the handoff between Simpsons and Friends. I don't know what was on during that time, but where did Bud Light sell the best? Where was the places you were more than likely to find said lager on tap? Well, middle of the country, rural areas, frat bars, places where people just want to, cut loose, have fun, get drunk, fuck around. That is mostly the demographic of people that were drinking Bud Light. Drink light beer in general. So why? Why on earth would Anheuser Busch decide to outsource their marketing responsibilities to somewhere in the Bay Area, to a San Francisco niche boutique marketing agency? That's where you fucked up right there. Because San Francisco is not just disassociated from what's going on in their own community, they're a world unto themselves at this point in time, and not in a good way at all. So here's the agency that we're talking about. Captive 8, a San Mateo, California-based firm that pairs social media influencers and major consumer brands as the outfit that introduced Anheuser-Busch to the 26-year-old transgender actress. Okay, interesting. So it's not too dissimilar from like an agent, an intermediary. It's like, we got a star, you got a product. This would be a good relationship. That's their deal. That's what they're doing. And if anybody thought that was a good idea from their side, they should never be looked at again. It's like, okay, we understand that you have this roster of influencers that are out there. You should probably choose wiser. I'm sure that there was probably some, pseudo masculine influencer on TikTok. I don't know, man. Like, TikTok is just total ass cancer whenever I see it. I would imagine that there's probably somebody on your roster that would have been more appropriate and a better fit there. You could have paired them up with that, but no. You just decided to do the most San Francisco thing possible. Nationwide backlash over the video, which unleashed a firestorm that was posted on April 1st. We know all of that stuff as well. Sparked anxiety and confusion inside Inside 8's offices. Not Inside 8, Captive 8's offices during the initial days of the controversy. The fact that it was anxiety-producing and confusing, once again, shows you this was the wrong firm to be doing business with. This is appropriate for, makeup, hair care, beauty products. They're probably fine. They could find you anyone that you want in order to shill your product, but not things that are just overwhelmingly male products. Okay, that's just obviously a recipe for disaster. And if you had the audacity, if you had the ego, if you had the sheer fucking hubris to think that we know what your average beer drinker wants. Over here in California, we are expert beer drinkers. Oh, you said beer. I thought you meant cum. There was a lot of chatter among employees about about what blowback the firm might face over the botched campaign. Yeah, like never being used again because, okay, for as bad as Target is, like Target boycott, pretty bad. Are they ultimately going to weather the storm? More than likely. Bud Light, taking a look at all of those sales figures, they might not even make the summer at this point in time. Like, they've lost their number one spot. They are, and we'll probably talk about this tomorrow, losing shelf space. Like, they're getting zeroed out of everywhere. The brand is so toxic. It doesn't matter, man. The reincarnation of Zig fucking Ziglar can come back and he wouldn't be able to sell this product. You are done and dusted, and it's because you outsourced your marketing to fucking woke commies in California. You fucking played yourself. Good job. Internally, the company was in serious panic mode. What's this was shit? Come on, man. It couldn't immediately be learned whether Captivate, which claims to have a database of more than 1 million influencers on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. I can clarify, and I can go ahead and confirm, I am not on that roster, okay? I would have been just as bad of a candidate to shill Bud Light as Dylan Mulvaney. I don't drink. I have no affinity for that stuff. All I do is just look at it and go, yeah, I think you guys got like Major League Baseball and NFL partnerships, and I like your neon signs. Have a Bud Light if you're thirsty. Okay, thanks. Good, bye. That would be about it. Like, I'd have no input on it. Oh yeah, it goes down smooth. It pours as well as anything else. I don't know. Now you couple that with the initial post from Dylan where he's dressed up like AIDS-riddled Audrey Hepburn. What's the difference? Oh, I love the March Madness, and it's like crazy and stuff. Y'all like the basketball? Yay, go sports ball. I love team, bye. That's what Dylan did. It was always going to be a terrible pairing. And then you realize that, oh, he's pretending to be a chick, huh? Yeah, no. Captivate didn't respond to repeated requests for comment because, well, they're probably trying to move out of their Silicon Valley offices because they can't afford it. Co-founded in 2015 by Krishna Subrabarian, Silicon Valley investor who sold online ad network Blue Lithium to Yahoo in 2007 for $300 million. Okay, so once again, this is just another one of those Silicon Valley shell games going on here. You had a startup, you sold it to a bigger business, and then you made another startup, and you thought the cycle would continue anew. Captivate has worked with Walmart, Amex, Twitter, and Kraft Heinz, according to the website. So yeah, it's just all a big incestuous network that's down there. All of those companies, all of those businesses, they all have headquarters, or at least significant office space in Silicon Valley, so everybody knows everybody. You take a look at the resume of all of the higher-ups that are there. They've all worked for the competitors that are out there. It's not surprising at all that they've worked with all of these places. Bramarian, I'm going to call him Super Mario if it comes up again, has made himself available for media interviews as an expert on influencer marketing. I wouldn't be taking his opinion anymore. It looks like he missed the fucking boat by a mile. In February, he spoke to the Wall Street Journal about the importance of viral videos around blockbuster ad events, including the Super Bowl. Ugh, this is the side of the social media shit that I just fucking detest. Like, this is why people wanted to move away from just traditional broadcasting to begin with, because you guys just ruin all the fucking fun that comes with creating content. Oh, we just need to have virality around these moments, and just fuck off. Yeah, you're going to attract a bunch of midwits, but at what cost? Well, the best way to think about TikTok is, you don't. There it is. The only winning move is not to play. Is that it's a vehicle that takes a consumer to a checkout line. Fantastic. So it's a sales funnel. Use TikTok as a sales funnel. So Super Mario told the paper. Very creative logo, I guess. That 2-minute video on Captivate's website depicts a tour of a swanky office where influencers like Zion Clark, who the fuck is that? An athlete born without legs. Oh great, should see how fast he can roll the 40 meter. Is seen pumping iron, and Olivia Sue, okay, a Chinese American actress. I'll take your word for it. Tells viewers that there are over 30 million creators, I think I got that right, on Captivate's marketplace to discover. But that's just a staged advertisement, according to a source. Yeah, we know. Is that a screenshot from this gimmick that's right here? Yo, what do they got? You know, better looking Jen Psaki there? Oh no, right. Oh no, that's a actress. Right, okay. Captivate appears to have returned to business as usual following the initial panic set off by Mulvaney crisis, according to a source. Yeah, because you guys didn't properly hand out the responsibility. You tried to carry that weight, and hey, you ended up facing the consequences for it. So now you just kind of look petty in the aftermath. Because where did we hear about this situation? Oh, it's just a third-party marketing agency. And it's like, nah, shut up. You got to provide receipts or just fuck off. You look desperate. If they would have said, no, we outsourced some of our decisions, you probably would have got clowned for it. It's like, using the Silicon Valley, a California base. Oh, somebody that has a bunch of influencers on tap, like a Chinese actress and Stumps McGillicuddy in order to, shill your brands. Fantastic choice that you have there. But They would have got adequately clowned, and you could have done something good for another company that's out there that might have also been using them as marketing experts as well, and saved a whole bunch of heartache for a bunch of brands. But no, you just did the stupid thing by just saying everybody who criticizes our decision making are just bigots and misinformed. Bud Light's parent, Anheuser Busch InBev, which also didn't respond to requests for comment. No, they're still quiet. They played the game of, yeah, it's not our fault. No, you were all stupid. And now they've just decided to shut up. They're probably just bean counting and thinking about how many people they got to fire. Sucks to suck. Company placed 2 executives, Alissa Heinerscheid and Daniel Blake, on leave in April. Heinerscheid has been seen going outside trying to find, appropriate whitening toothpaste. And Daniel Blake, I don't know, trying to find one of those hats that has a propeller on top of it, because that's the only one that can fit his round dome. After the firestorm erupted, the Belgian-based conglomerate told distributors that Mulvaney's beer can was not produced by Anheuser-Busch or in any of its facilities. Yeah, like that's supposed to be better. Again, you have a toxic brand on your hand, and you think you're going to be able to finagle your way out of this by just simple details. It's got your logo on it. It really doesn't much matter. The average person is going to think that came right off the printing press from one of your breweries. It really doesn't much matter. No, guys, we just have different custom-made cans made all the time. Didn't you have the final say on that? Yeah, but it was made somewhere else. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Ad agencies send out hundreds of influencer kits a year. Ugh. Some of which have been customized cans included. This was one of those situations. Again, you could have picked a better representative for your company. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're going to be giving anybody your seal of approval, you have to check it out. You have to take it for a test drive. Still, at the end of the day, falls directly at your feet. You fucked up because you didn't cross those T's and dot those I's. In August, Anheuser-Busch retained Anomaly. Now we're going to August, huh? Okay. New York ad firm that has produced Super Bowl ads as a creative agency for the Bud Light brand. Okay, has produced Super Bowl ads. I legitimately can't remember the last time that there has been a memorable Super Bowl ad. I haven't watched the game. I think the last one that I watched in totality was probably 50. Was that Carolina-Denver? Whatever Peyton Manning's retirement game was. Pretty sure that was Denver going over Carolina. I'm pretty sure that was 50. I don't remember a single fucking commercial from that. Like, the last super viral campaign was Budweiser. Was up. And then they tried to bring it back. Maybe that's the one that I remember, just for the fact that it was such a blatant copycat. Dilly. And everybody's like, ugh, God, that's just like was up 20 years too late, and nobody likes that. But yeah, the last memorable one, it was all beer. You guys used to be good at this shit. We've heard from previous executives that were in there that, yeah, the first big mistake was having InBev come over here and fuck everything up because they made it too corporatized. Now, hey, this is what ends up happening. They become too crystallized in the way that things work, and then they start to outsource the important stuff. That's why you were worried, and this is making a whole hell of a lot more sense now. If you're outsourcing all of this marketing, what Alissa Heinerscheid in that infamous interview now was saying, oh, we need to shift what we're doing. We need to shift who we're targeting with Bud Light. She knew exactly who was getting this contract. See, now we're starting to connect some dots here. She knew exactly who was going to be doing this stuff. It's probably somebody, if you dig deep enough, she probably has some friends that are over there. Don't know where she's from, don't know where she's been, but let's keep it a stack. All of these people know each other. Nepotism in these big companies is rampant. So yeah, of course, coming up with your own unique in-house campaigns, nah, that's too costly and time-consuming. You can just outsource it to a startup in Silicon Valley. Yeah, a day before the Mulvaney partnership was revealed, former Anheuser-Busch executive Alissa Heinerscheid said during a podcast that the Bud Light brand had become fratty and out of touch. I'm a businesswoman. Nobody cares, bitch. I have a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light, and it was a brand that was in decline. Number one by a large margin. Brand that's in decline. Good stuff. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. I don't know where she comes off. I understand that she's trying to change everything at the time, but you take a look at the stock prices, and Anheuser-Busch wasn't doing all that bad. When everything started to fall off, they had hit highs, higher than what they fell from at the beginning of the year, prior to her taking over. And then with the lackadaisical response to her very first ever, I'm the first first woman ever to put out a commercial for the Super Bowl running a big beer company. Fantastic. That went nowhere at the speed of smell. And then your next big move was to hire some tranny who has off the charts charisma, but has nothing going for them in the realm of light beer. That shows one thing. Crystallizes one thing. The people who like Bud Light, the people who like Budweiser, the people who like Anheuser Busch products, they're those same people. It's just the woman in charge who wanted to make it her own pet project, trying to chase those trends, trying to chase that 80% female consumer base that's out there, not realizing that, yeah, alcohol decision choices, when you're at a bar, just think about it. And this is what we're going to close out on. Who ultimately ends up buying the most alcohol? I got a video that should be coming out this week. Keep moving it back or whatever. But the main premise is that women are now starting to outdrink men, which is an issue, which is definitely a problem for a multitude of reasons. But just think about it. Out at the club, who's picking up the tab at the end of the day? Who are the ones that just get to skate through, don't have to pay the cover charge, can just drink to their heart's content? Oh, it starts to make a lot more sense now. They might be drinking more than the men that are out there. They might control the purse strings and the debt load on top of that. But young, attractive women, that same Friday base that are right there, they get all their drinks for free. The guys who are buying the alcohol, they're the ones that just want to see those big titty blondes that are out there shilling the company of the drink that they want. They like those old, quote-unquote, misogynistic advertisements that are out there because, yeah, they're buying the beer to make these heffalumps that are running around the bars out there look tolerable at all. They want to see some slender thing sitting there at the bar, toss a couple back, and then realize that it's Dylan Mulvaney, and then hopefully they've drank enough that evening to overlook the dick and balls. But ain't going to be doing that with Bud Light anymore. Hell, nobody's doing anything with Bud Light anymore. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.